Okay guys, it is time for a new update here on the Bitcoin price, and I can already tell you we are not only going to talk about Bitcoin today, as a lot of people asked me below my last video. We will also take a look at the altcoin market and its current situation. We will talk about Ethereum, especially the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, which is going to show us a direction very clearly within the next 24 to 48 hours. So stick around for that. Besides that, I have prepared two very important on-chain datas that I want to talk about today to actually support my current narrative for the entire cryptocurrency market here a little bit, and also the moves that I'm doing. As you guys know, I had a short position open in my yesterday's video. This one was closed with the stop loss in a break even. Now we are immediately in a smaller position. We jumped into a smaller one as we might see another leg up before retesting the 11-year resistance here for Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. And as I told you in my last video already, I will take these opportunities currently to rather open short hedge positions here, as if we break this here to the upside, there is a very high likelihood that we will actually reach the $150,000 level for Bitcoin. And in this scenario, my HODL portfolio will make such a nice profit that I'm not all too worried of losing a couple $10,000 actually of profits that we actually made with our long positions that we opened at the $74,000 level. As always, guys, before we now jump into the content, I would highly appreciate it if you would smash up a like. Don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And besides this, guys, I uploaded the first tutorial video that I was talking about, 21 proven golden rules, guys, for profitable Bitcoin trading. If you didn't watch this video yesterday, take a look. Take a time, maybe in the next couple of days even, watch it, write down what I say, guys. It will help you out a lot. The feedback under this video was completely amazing. There's only people that really appreciated giving out all this information completely for free as always. So take a look, and I can already spoiler you, today, fitting to the altcoin topic, I will upload another tutorial video later today, guys, about altcoin trading and my strategies, because I will not only share in there how you can actually buy multiple altcoins with the same amount of capital, I will also talk about how you can cash out your spot holdings, not only for Bitcoin, for especially altcoins, while not selling a single one of your tokens and generating an APY of up to 20% a year. It's not yield farming, guys. Don't worry, it's not about something weird. You will be absolutely shocked what the market makers and professionals out there are doing that no one is talking about here on YouTube. So take a look. This tutorial will come online also later today, and I will upload more tutorials about my strategies in the next couple of days, as I predicted, or as I already said. It's a prediction that I can make through myself. But as I said in my last video as well, I will push out this informational content so that you guys actually fully understand why I'm doing things, how things are done, why I am sometimes in positions with very high leverages, for example, where people say, why did you open this trade with such a high leverage? I didn't open it with such a high leverage. There's also very important strategies for how to use leverage correctly. There is another tutorial video coming that I will upload tomorrow as well on that topic. But now, guys, let's not talk too much. Let's just jump right into the Bitcoin chart. Not much has happened actually on the Bitcoin chart. We are still near our 11-year resistance. As we can see, we just saw a little bit of a pump. And what will be interesting, today is Memorial Day, so the traditional markets will not open today. But tomorrow the traditional markets will open. And I think it will be highly important, I showed it to you in my last video, if the S&P 500 will see a bounce of this support, or if we are going to break below. Because if we are breaking below, this will most likely also pull Bitcoin down with it. And yeah, there's not much we can do about it, to be honest. So we need to hope that the traditional markets open with a beautiful bounce, because this will open up the room for Bitcoin to retest its 11-year resistance once again, that we definitely want to finally break to the upside, so we can see this final leg up and this final pump for this current bull market, in which then altcoins will probably also perform very well. On the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, guys, this is something you can keep an eye on. As you guys know, in the past, Ethereum has shown us the way multiple times. We can just take a look if Ethereum is actually performing against Bitcoin. And if this happens, even if Bitcoin is going sideways, we most of the time see that Bitcoin then later on sees another leg up as well. So keep an eye within the next 24 to 48 hours on the symmetrical triangle here forming on the 4-hourly time frame for the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. If we break here to the upside, In my opinion, this might be a nice long opportunity for Ethereum. If we see a breakout, a retest of support, and we then break the old high point to the upside, I think that Ethereum also dollar value wise will see a very beautiful leg up. Maybe we will even be able to break out of this bull flag that is potentially forming here, that is absolutely dependent on what the Ethereum Bitcoin chart will do and if Bitcoin is able to continue to go sideways. But if we see a neutral or bullish market open for the traditional markets tomorrow, and actually Ethereum breaks out against Bitcoin here to the upside, I think there will be a very nice scalp long opportunity opening up on Ethereum here. I mean, in general, looking at Ethereum in the long term and the altcoins, to be honest, you know, guys, I am a little bit of a Bitcoin maximalist. The way that I accumulate more Bitcoin is not by going into risky altcoins that I hope will outperform Bitcoin, so then I can take the profits and put them back in Bitcoin. As you guys know, I use leverage trading to increase my HODL portfolio. I don't do this with altcoins, as I think it's a lot more complicated. Like this, I only need to look out for 1 or 2 assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum that I'm actually trading, which I'm doing for over 8 years at this point. So I don't need to learn anything new. I don't need to look out for any companies that are pushing out news like for altcoins, partnerships. I don't need to be worried that an altcoin might be hacked, would have a high inflation or anything like this. And to be honest, I mean, in general, Ethereum is still the altcoin that has the most amount of volumes in it. I mean, yes, Ethereum didn't perform as well, but so did almost zero of all the other projects as well. There was short-term speculation. I mean, at the end of the day, these chains try to take the spot away from Ethereum, right? That was also Solana's message. It's the Ethereum killer. But if we are really looking at real-world usage, guys, the volumes for stablecoin transfers on Ethereum are by far always the highest. The tokenization of real-world assets on Ethereum is by far the highest. Why? Because it's the most established chain where the most capital is already on. So it is very unlikely for new projects or even for tokenization of real-world assets to happen on another separate chain, because this would actually just be a competitive disadvantage if you are doing this on a chain with a lot less capital on it available already. It's a pure speculation then. And yes, maybe at some point it will succeed, but we have even seen with Solana that Solana pretty much never had these kind of volumes besides during the meme coin hype. And this was again just gambling, right? And if a chain wants to succeed in the long term, it does not need this kind of gambling mentality. It will need this stability, right? And that's why I think that Ethereum might have a final leg up. I don't think that Ethereum will ever be able to catch up with the performance of Bitcoin, to be honest. I mean, even in the last bull market 2021, where altcoins really exploded massively. We had a massive altcoin market in 2021. Even then, here looking at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, Ethereum was not able to reach a new all-time high against Bitcoin. So it's very unlikely that even if we see here a final leg up for Bitcoin and a nice altcoin season, that Ethereum will be able to do so. I mean, we predicted this big downfall of Ethereum against Bitcoin already long ago. As you guys can see, we always had a triple top, then a drop below the consolidation, and then we saw a 40 to 50% correction, Ethereum against Bitcoin. Now this bull market, it has been brutal, right? We even seen a 66% correction. I expected something like 40 to 50%, but this time we actually saw a 65% correction, which is absolutely brutal. Nevertheless, guys, keep an eye on the smaller time frames here, as there could be another small recovery for Ethereum coming in potentially. And then besides this, a lot of people have been asking me, why do you think that this resistance will be hard to break to the upside? I mean, first of all, it didn't happen in the past, but more importantly, if we're looking on-chain wise, and guys, please keep in mind to watch also this video. I really recommend to you to watch this 21 proven golden rules that I uploaded yesterday. It only got 3,000 views because the people always want to have just fast information, but it's important if you want to be a profitable trader that you understand the basics in the first place, right? If you really want to increase your HODL portfolio portfolio by leverage trading, you should watch a video like this. Anyways, it has almost 500 likes with only 3,000 views and a lot of positive comments. Thank you very much, guys. I hope that you enjoy the tutorial that I'm uploading later today as well. It is something that normally only big VCs and market makers do, but that is super simple for you to do as well. It's easy cash out without needing to sell your coins at higher prices, and on top of that, at these higher prices, a very big APY is actually waiting for you. You can earn massive interest on the profits you are taking. On the way down, then you can take out not only these interest profits, but anyways, watch the tutorial I'm uploading later today. Make sure you do that. And also the video tomorrow, because in that video you will understand why I'm opening small short positions, for example, now with a smaller leverage, how you can scale them up and all this kind of stuff. So watch also the tutorial that is uploaded tomorrow, guys. I really put in a lot of work. These tutorials are longer videos, but the watch is worth it, guys. You just need to understand these things if you want to become profitable when trading leverage. But now let's talk about this on-chain data, because what this shows us is, looking at the short-term holders' realized price, we can see that the short-term holders are actually at a realized price of $95,000, right? Looking at the long-term holders, they are actually at a realized price of mid $30,000. And what we have seen in the past is that always the short-term holders at some point are a little bit more profitable in a kind of way than the long-term holders, as there is a big correction, a big bear market, and in every bear market so far, even the long-term holders had to be in some sort of loss before the price was able to reverse back to the upside once again. And what we can see here, the bear market always pretty much comes up when the long-term holders start taking profits aggressively, right? When the long-term holders are in a very big profit and they start taking profits. And what we can see here is that we are seeing a very sharp increase here currently in the long-term holder profit taking. And the problem is that if we don't get enough new buyers in at these prices, and a lot of people that are currently at a 3x of their holdings on average are starting to take profits, there is going to be very high amounts of outflows out of the market, and the price will only be able to keep this price levels if there is a lot new buying power coming in. And this new buying power will not come in if we see any uncertainty in the traditional markets. And that's why, again, I'm telling you guys, we need to see a bullish week for the traditional markets. We need to see a bounce. Also next week needs to be bullish, because as soon as we see any kind of capital retracements out of the traditional markets, which immediately will drag down Bitcoin as well, the likelihood of new capital coming into Bitcoin will decrease dramatically. And on top of that, we have then a lot of long-term holders taking profits. And this will lead to another big correction. There's no way around it, guys. That's just how it is. And that's why, for me, as long as we don't have these clear signals that there is another good chance that Bitcoin might, for the first time ever, be able to break this 11-year resistance here to the upside and reach its cycle top actually at $150,000 and not at $113,000, I will use these price levels to open small short hedge positions, as I already told you in my yesterday's video as well. And I will keep you up to date on what I'm doing in my upcoming videos. But now, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Smash up a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Activate the bell. Make sure you watch the tutorial that I'm uploading later today, and on top of that, the tutorial that I'm uploading tomorrow, guys. I'm uploading 2 very important videos on how to use leverage in general, and after that there will be another tutorial like the 21 golden rules, where I'm going into more basics and more of the fundamentals of trading itself. But I wanted to show you these 2 tutorials first of all, because if you watch these tutorials, I think you will be able to fully understand already what I'm doing, why I have sometimes trade that are in a loss, why I have sometimes a long and a short position open at the same time. I think these tutorials will really help you out, especially if you are somebody that wants to invest in altcoins potentially here for this final cycle top that we might reach, where definitely also a big altcoin rally would come in if Bitcoin is able to break its 11-year resistance to the upside. If you want to know how you can use corrections in the market or even these kind of big breakouts much more efficiently than just buying your altcoin into your spot portfolio. Watch these videos because they don't involve any risk with leverage as well. That's what I'm also making sure of in these videos. I'm showing you strategies how you can use leverage without actually exposing yourself to the risk of using that leverage. So guys, see you in these tutorials. Thank you very much for watching. If you didn't already, watch the 21 golden rules, and now we are going to see us very soon. See you. Bye bye.